It's hard enough grieving the loss of a loved one.
The regret,
The missed opportunities.
Presence, loss.
But when it's a child,
it hits different.
The potential lost.
It's not fair.
to anyone.
To anyone.
To
To anyone.
I had a big loss this past year. I lost my best friend. We had known each other since second grade, maybe 8 years old. And she was like a sister to me. And she had a lot of health issues. She had already lost her family. She had a lot of trauma. And so I think that because of that, she had told me for quite a while that she never thought she would live past 50.
Loss is an extremely difficult thing to process and to go through. The loss of a loved one, the loss of a family member, of a child, is extremely difficult to go through. Where I'm at with my loss and what I've been through, I'm really proud of myself of how far I've come from the loss, although it's still extremely hard to talk about, which is why I'm here.
And loss comes in waves. You never know when it's going to hit. You can be working on your computer and a photo will pop up of your sister and you and the last time that you went and did anything together before she passed.
I spent most of my time staring out the back window of the house into the yard, waiting for my son to run through the yard, and he was never going to run through it again. He was way up in his 20s, but still, that's the part that I probably remember the most.
I have such wonderful memories of her, and I'm so thankful for our time together. But as you can see, like even a year later, it still comes up. And it comes in waves. And it's just the little things that I remember that remind me of her. And you know, I've been in therapy and I've been allowing myself to grieve. And it's funny, you hear about the stages of grief, but in reality, it's not linear. You go in and out.
I hope that this helps somebody when they see how other people handle loss. And I hope that you find peace in whatever it is that you're going through, and that you continue to push forward no matter how hard it is.
Sometimes it's hard just knowing you can't call them anymore or talk to them about the big things. This year, like my sister passed in April, my dad passed in November, but all the things with my dad I couldn't call her about.
But the strangest things will take you right back there, things that you would have never considered before. Something that slips your mind right to where you don't want to be, and you gotta keep going to where I can deal with that. That was also a good thing. It was a good thing to be a part of, to see.
I feel like I've accepted it, but it doesn't make it hurt any less, really. But I also feel like when you are that close to somebody and you love somebody that much, when you grieve, it's just evidence of how much you love them. And so I try to remember all the good things, and it's helped me to do a lot of things, like in her honor. She was an artist, and one of her dreams was to write a children's book or to illustrate a children's book. And she had some illustrations when we cleaned out her apartment. She had some children's illustrations. And so I took those and I wrote a children's story to go along with those illustrations. And it's funny, they were of a bear, and it was her childhood teddy bear, which she still had. And so I wrote this children's story and self-published it, and have been able to do some readings and donate it to some schools so that her memory lives on. So that's been very healing.
It's so hard to know what to say when you're given the opportunity in front of a camera to just let it out. You know, this is something that I keep bottled in, and I keep it in really well. And I don't look like what I've been through and what I'm going through.
Grief never ends. You might have longer stretches between whatever bubbles up for you, but it's going to be a lifelong thing.
It's healthy. I think just keep it right there. It's okay. You just gotta, a couple times a day, something that's gonna remind you. And you'll have to just push right on through that and think, I'm so glad that I got to have that person in my life. It was such a great ride. And I miss them, and I'll always miss them. And I still hear their voice echoing once in a while. But God help you, and just keep pushing.
Grief is love with nowhere to go.